So, if you use a laptop, you obviously try and get the best battery life out of it. Especially if you're a college student, and if you ever try and got the best efficiency out of your laptop, you've probably seen this option right here, where it says battery saver. Now, if you're somewhat tech literate, you already went into your power options. You already like set maximum CPU usage. You made sure everything's on like minimum battery. You use Microsoft Edge because it's very efficient. Not a sponsor, but you should use it because it's actually a lot more efficient than Chrome, and it also runs YouTube videos much better and doesn't drop frames at 1080p because of stupid Chrome. And you've installed that extension called H.264. If you haven't, you should also do that. That makes YouTube a lot more efficient as well, or pretty much anything more efficient that's a video. And so, you're already at the max, but then you see that option that I just said, right? You see that option, and there's those four little tabs. There's left, medium right, right, and it's a range of like best battery to best perform. It's backwards for you guys. Best battery to best performance. And you're like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna go to the battery side. Well, does that actually even do anything? So I tested both the best battery and the both best performance, and I benchmarked and see if that's a gimmick after you've already done all your whatever it's called, performance enhancements, whatever, battery enhancements, and I benchmarked and see if it's actually worth it, or if it's necessary, or if you can tell a difference. So let's get over to my laptop and show you how I have that currently set up. Okay, so on my laptop, my HP Elite X2 1012G1, extremely long named, it uses a very efficient, like 5 to 15 watt processor. It's like an Intel Core M processor, and as you can see here, down here, you have like these four options, right? You have you have power saver, basically, battery saver, and then you have better battery performance, best performance, or whatever, right? And I always kept it here because I always thought it would save battery. And this laptop is already pretty well configured for efficiency. So if we go over to change plan settings, go to change advanced power settings. All of this has pretty much been made to be more efficient, except for the wireless adapter, because that usually won't change it. Like graphics settings or graphics things, it's like maximum battery life, such and such. More power savings and stuff of that. And that's about all you can do. I also have maximum percentage of CPU utilization maximized to 95% while on battery. And yeah, and then if we go over to Edge, I use Edge personally because I have found it to be about 5 to 10% more efficient than Chrome, and it is basically Chrome. And another thing that I use right here is called H.264. Basically what this does is it reduces the load on the graphics card or CPU, and it makes it a more efficient process by enabling H.264, which is a hardware encoding that your CPU and GPU can easily encode, versus whatever YouTube normally uses, which is, I believe, VP9, which is very software based and it's very inefficient. One downside is you can't watch past 1080p, but that doesn't really matter on my laptop because it's only 1080p anyway. So if we were to go to, yes, my YouTube's kind of weird, but if we were to go to any of these videos, sure, let's do this.
I used to pee on my brother's bed in the mornings, so I would get first crack at video games.
So we can go over here, 720p, 1080p. And the good part about this is that it won't drop frames. Now, it might be dropping frames because I am currently streaming it, so don't talk about that. But whatever. And yeah, that's basically how my computer is set up for efficiency. And so let's just get on to how we're gonna benchmark it. So in order to make this benchmark, as you can call it, more realistic, we're going to have a more action-based video playing on the left side, which should give a better representation of an actual video you would be watching. So because some videos perform better than others, and being that we also have H.264 which I talked about before, it also is more efficient. So, and then on the right, we would have more basic things that we would be doing while watching a video, such as browsing through Reddit, as you can see here, browsing through, Amazon, whatever, yeah. And then we'll just have your email just in the background for whatever. And yeah, so that will be the benchmark we're going to be going off of, and let's get on to the results. Wait, this can't be right. This is the same score, basically. Minus a few minutes of just minor incorrections. I guess that makes sense, because technically Windows can't do anything that you've already done. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter what you put. So I mean, I would just keep it at max performance, because the system did seem slightly snappier, and you're still getting the same battery life. Now, if you don't have all of these special settings that you did already, then it'll probably help you out. But in general, no, it doesn't help out too much if past what you could have already done anyway.